Hello, I'm audible?
Yes, you are. Yeah.
Thank you. So, let's see all the case of opposition because the CEO don't make a very good extension. It's the same case, it's the same reason. So I'm going to refute all this in part of the only addition is the accessibility, but this is like a little weird. So I'm going to explain you why closing government win this debate. So in first ground, we're talking about when they told us like if we have a important technology to change the disabilities, we should use it. But they don't make the comparative and engagement with the probable causes that could happen in our world when we have this technology being using in the society. And that problem is why we are not going to afford it and take this big risk to have the unconscious and the more harm around these people, because they see like the social is going to stay like it is. Rich is going to be more richer, and everyone is going to be in social discrimination. They're going to stay up in that way. But we really believe that it's not only they stay in that way. We really believe it could be worse in that way, and also in one way it could be inclusive, at least some like a genocide of characteristics that are important in society, or at least a less opportunity to diversify the situation of the people, because we are not talking about like the last speaker say like makeups or something like that. We are talking about something it's irreversible. Also it's like non-analysis in a one term. So they told us like well, the probability of improve the lives of these people, it's really big, but take care about something, and it's like what is going to happen with these people, because it's not going to happen in all cases. Like in a short term, like Andres said to you, it's still a system of parents, still the market prices, and if they want to implement this like in a marketplace, well, that is going to be really problematic because the market is really unequal. So in that way, what is happening is the richers are going to have the possibilities to improve their lives or to don't have this disease. But the problem here is that there are the funding of the people that are going to still vulnerably in the status quo. There are the funding about the schools of these people, the opportunity to have treatment in the way that they still exist in the world. So we don't have, and we don't want that vulnerability in our short term. We don't have to be more exclusions with these people or trade them. Like you have a choice. You could change your genetics. You could be no with Down, or you could be no with other disease or other situations, particular situations of genetics. We really believe that this is really bad to the status quo and approach to a point that is really important, and we are the only would explain that, and it's around the social mobility and what the families of these people could do. And I take funders because I know my child have this disease and I want to help others to live with this, to improve their lives, but in the life. So that is not happening right now because we have the opportunity to change it. And if, like the last speaker says, like this is going to reciprocal, so more people are going to buy it, and that is going to stabilize the price. So in that way, we are looking like a very problematic situation around these mechanisms with the people that is still going to have this disease. And that even in when we accept that this is going to be really responsible and this is only going to use to disease, we really believe that things like the probabilities that in some way, if we have a market, probably you are going to access a bad quality treatment or a better quality treatment. So in one way, your probability of have this disease is probably is going to happen in one way, but it's going to be a least percent. And this least percent is not important to a politician, it's not important to the families, it's not important to the people that cares about it. So we really believe that the health system, the people that have these mental issues, well, that is not going to be more, at least in the principal agenda, or even if it's not right now in the principal agenda, it's going to be in the agenda, and that is problematic around that issues. Also, we believe that exists people that it couldn't going to use it, like I have one religion, so a different conscience about these things, I'm not going to agree to use it. So in one way, we really believe that this decision is going to be more problematic around the guilt and the responsible around the situations of discrimination. You choose to be that race, so why we need to treat you different because you only choose to be different? And in this world, what is happening is the differences are not valued in the way that we want, but in some cases, this difference around their qualities of, like Andres says, in the sports or different things, could make them have better lives. And we really believe that. But a point to open a position, please.
Yeah, even at your best case, let's assume every poor does not get it. Please engage why. Even if someone is rich but is affected by disabilities, we do not have the principal obligation to cater to them and eradicate them that once and for all.
Even if they didn't have the opportunity to, if they have the opportunity to eradicate this, it still exists a problem, and it's like I say here, sorry, like we put the aspiration more high. So, for example, the riches are improving themselves, and the poor are improving themselves, but in different ways, because they are solving a disease, and they are solving, I don't know, facts of intelligence or things like that. Even if they have a normal life, that normal life is not going to improve them to be more like this. Even if they have the standard, that the standard is going to increase in the order to when and where have the situation. Because we really explain what is the point more important in this debate. We really do the next the links that if without our extension, the opening government don't have impact in this debate, and because we really assume the case of even in when this happened in the good well is not good well in all the others, we're really proud to be.
I thank the government whip, and finally I call upon the opposition whip to close off this wonderful debate. Hear, hear.
Okay, cool. Am I audible, dear panel?
Yep, you are.
In fact, audible. Okay, cool. So yeah, just let me set up my timer and I will start. Crap. Okay, yeah. So 3, 2, 1, go. I'm a worker. My life sucks. I'm actually like exploited as fuck. Like my life is like a path of misery that goes on like on and on and on. I have to work like from 8 to at least 12 hours a day. I probably have a family that I have to feed. My mortgage takes like 2/3 of my pension, of my like entire money that I earn monthly, and probably my life actually sucks. And we want to care about those people. We want to give them at least some kind of relief, some kind of like equalizer, let's say, to those inequalities that they are getting in the world we're living in, right? So probably we think that those kind of enhancements are the only possible way, are crucial to actually give those people any kind of relief and any kind of equalization of their like abilities to actually like change their social status or whatever. We think that it is the most important case in this debate that I think that it is the most important case that my partner brought you is actually this one about the relief and this one about how the work is easier, how your life is like actually better as a worker, as a person who is struggling in their daily life. Okay, but first of all, on the point of accessibility, we think that it is better that it is better explained by my partner why this technology will be more accessible, right? Because okay, like all stuff that is brought by are always like critical. Yeah, we think that probably if we somehow mitigate the lottery of birth. To some extent, it is pretty good, right? We think that probably stuff like I don't know, creating somehow a better civilization because this technology will get humans the advancement in their own biological, like being restricted by the biology, probably we think it's cool, but they are not showing us why this technology will be accessible. They are telling us, okay, business will, like big companies probably would like to make profit of it. So yeah, they will just try to sell it to the most people probably. Yeah, but my partner already shows you why there will be a huge political pressure to do so, why the companies will actually probably want to get rich and want to actually like give actual incentive to do so, to actually sell those technology to the biggest group of the people we can actually like give it to, right? So we think that it is better on our side, better explained on our side, and is proven by my partner. But on the lottery of birth, we are also by actually giving this more accessibility to the workers, we are showing you why the lottery of birth is even more mitigated on in our bench, right? Because we are thinking that probably if you're working for like 10-12 hours a day, and you are like persisting more because you are genetically enhanced, you will probably believe that only your hard work is like the hard work is more of a factor on your life than, for example, being like just deemed to be in this shitty place, which is called working class, right? So we're thinking that the lottery of birth is mitigated because those people actually get the motivation, and Maciej already told you why those people get this motivation in the first place, which was not given by the opening of position. So we think that we're taking over the opening of position. But what about the opening government cases? We think that on the level of accessibility, they are not showing us why the accessibility of this technology would be actually bad. Yeah, they are showing us, okay, there will be less diversity. Probably, for example, like both governments are showing us that lesser, like smaller minorities, less diversity is bad. Yeah, okay, yeah. But first of all, the diversity itself is not a value. We don't know why this value is like more important than, for example, mitigating the lottery of births that has like implicit harms over the like entire populations, right, and entire generations. So we think that it is like the more important value in the first place. But second of all, we think that probably the diversity is going to be better because the CG is showing us, okay, there will be no advocacy for people with disabilities. Yeah, because okay, you can like genetically enhance yourself to actually not have this disability in the first place in your like mother's womb. Yeah, but we think that probably if those people would be like if the technology is, let's assume the best case scenario of government, the technology will be extremely difficult to get and is going to be extremely expensive. We think that it is better for the leftist party. They will actually have another idea, another like point of contention against other parties to actually advocate to give more equality because of the possible widespread of like this whole technology, because they will say, okay, it is another point on which working class is exploited. They cannot afford the same things, and disabled people cannot afford the same thing as for example, rich, probably disabled in the future people, right? So there's another point of inequality that we can fight on. So it is better for the like leftist agenda in our world. So probably they will assuming the base case scenario of Gov, they will have another point of contention, and then probably they will get more voters, and probably the situation and the representation of disabled and like minority groups will probably get better because of that, because they will choose their race, they will choose their appearance, and there will be like lesser minorities that we actually had to care for, and probably there will be like people who are like who are like more exploited, more oppressed because they cannot afford this technology. But we think that it's going to be affordable, it's going to be accessible, and it is proven by my partner. And it's also going to bring a huge relief to the working class, a huge relief to people who are the most vulnerable group in our debate, right? So we think that we are taking it. But yeah, like we have like some minor cases that I left like on that, like last 20 seconds. The evolution, the food chain. Why like the evolution case brought by like open government is pretty like irrelevant, because we think that like the evolution takes generations, right? So probably it's kind of irrelevant in this debate if we like mess up the evolution. We are already messing up the evolution stuff like in a daily basis, right? Pollution, any kind of I don't know. Oh yeah, it's my time. So yeah, thank you. Fair to oppose.
I thank the opposition whip, and I thank all four teams for this wonderful, wonderful debate. This